so close to you right now.
What's up guys, Monkey here. Today I'm bringing you like a new short series that's just going to be done for the Team of the Year comes out. It is my Team of the Year prediction series. I'm going to be doing it for all the Team of the Years that I think they're going to do, which are just going to be the same ones as FIFA 11 basically. So I just want to say before I start, this is no way the actual Team of the Year, not official whatsoever. This is nothing to do with EA. This is just my personal views, and I'm doing it so I can see your guys' view on the actual team, see if you agree with me, and see if you disagree. If you do disagree, tell me down in the comment sections below. So in this series I'm going to be going over all the players that should be in each team and why I think they should be in there, and I'll also give some like other options if sort of like players that are on the edge of getting in it, which could be in it, and I'm hoping my predictions sort of right. So the teams I'm going to be doing are exactly the same as FIFA 11 Team of the Years, as I already said. So the first one I'm going to be doing is this week's one, which is going to be the Barclays Premier League Team of the Year. So my prediction is, I'll bring up on the team on the screen now, which is from FUT Head, the website. I'll link it in the description. I create it on there, and this is my team. It's I put it in the 4-4-1-1 formation because I thought it was like the best formation that fitted it, and sort of where players sort of have played, if you like. So first in goal we have Joe Hart. I've put him in the Team of the Year for Barclays Premier League, as he's probably been. I can't think of another goalkeeper that could be in it apart from maybe Tim Krul for the first half of the season from Newcastle. Joe Hart's been consistently great all season. The only thing I could not see him being in there is because he'd been the most consistent Team of the Year, which I'll get onto in another episode, maybe not next episode. So that's the only reason Joe Hart would be outside the Barclays Premier League team there, in my opinion. Now, right back, I've put Micah Richards, another Man City player. Quite a few Man City players in the Team of the Year. But I put Richards in there because, again, right back's a little bit of a difficult position. We've had Glenn Johnson out for a long time, so you can't really give it to him. But I give it to Richards over maybe Sanya, as well as a couple of other players. I give it to Richards just purely on consistency. I can't name a mistake that Richards has made this season. He's been really, really good. And Sanya, I suppose, is on the team on the sort of the list for right backs. I can't think of any other player, to be honest, that'd be up there with them. So I'm just hoping that Richards is going to be in it, because that's just my personal view on how I can see sort of him being in it. And next I've got two centre backs here, which are Company and Skirtle. Company, again, consistently very good. Can't really name any mistakes from this season. Or from him, apart from the red card maybe against Manchester United, which wasn't really, it was a little bit debatable. But apart from that, he's been a great captain and everything for Manchester City, so I'm going to go with him. The other centre-back, Martin Skirtle. I'm going to say him instead of maybe Aga, another Liverpool centre-back, purely on goals. He scored more goals than Aga, and I think he's played more games than Aga, just a few more, maybe a couple more games, and that's about it. From there, I don't think there's any other centre backs that are really in contention. Maybe Koscielny's up there but I think he may be in a different team, maybe most improved, which I'll go through another day, as I already said. Now, left back, I have put Leighton Baines in the team. I put Leighton Baines in is because he works very hard week in, week out, scores some really nice free kicks, he's a great set piece taker, and he's sort of a hidden really good player, I suppose. You never really see him complaining, if you like. And he's just an extremely all-round good player. So I've put him in my Team of the Year. But like I said, the left-back's a bit of a weird position, so there could be Jose Enrique in there. He's played okay this year, deserved his upgrade. And there has also been Benoit Essuakoto, but I also think he'll be in Most Improved Team of the Year also. Last season, to be honest, he was poor. This season, he's got a lot better. So at right mid, now right mid was a little bit of a difficult position for me. There's a few players that have played well recently in there, but there's been no players really that have played amazing all year round. So I've put Hatem Ben Arfa in there, purely on the fact that I believe the other player I was thinking about maybe in a different team. I can't really see any other player being in there, if I'm perfectly honest, so it's likely that Ben Arfa is going to be playing in the right mid position. Like I said, this isn't official or anything, it's just my prediction. The other player I was thinking of was Antonio Valencia. Valencia and Ben Arfa sort of had the same situation. They picked up a serious injury pretty early on in the season, if you like, well, sort of early on in the season, and they've both come back and played really well since then, so both of those deserve maybe to get in there. The only other one I can think of maybe is is recently is Theo Walcott. He's got quite a few assists this season, but I would say he's definitely below Valencia and Ben Arthur's level. So at centre mid we have David Silva. This guy, for me, is going to be in the team of the year. There's no question around it. He's been consistent all year, and I believe he's only been dropped a couple of games due to injury or just low fitness, which was the last game he played from today. So, yeah, for me, there's no question about whether David Silva is going to be in team of the year. Early on in the season, was scoring a lot of goals and has played extremely well for Manchester City. The next centre mid is Alex Song. Yet again, one of these amazing players that goes a little bit unnoticed, like Leighton Baines, if you like. He plays an excellent CDM role, plays very, very attacking, if you like, for a CDM, and he's probably got one of the best passes in the Premier League. How he's only got 72 passes on FIFA is an absolute myth to me. He's an absolutely amazing player in real life, and he's a great playmaker, very good defensively and very good attacking. So the only other players I can see people sort of thinking about is Scott Parker, but for me, Scott Parker's not been team of the year level, to be honest. He's been okay for Tottenham, he's played a decent role, but again, I can't see him being in team of the year, if I'm perfectly honest, because Song and Silva have stood out more for me. Yaya Touré's been a little bit lacking since he came back from the African Cup of Nations. And Silva and Song have carried on with that form since he came back, so I can't really see anybody else in there, if I'm perfectly honest. Now, left mid, I've put Dempsey. Could also change it around for Mata. Dempsey was putting an ST on his recent inform, which is incorrect, because I believe he played in midfield somewhere, so that was a little bit wrong for me, but, you know, it's just, yeah, mistakes happen. So I've put him at left mid, because I think that's his... if it's like his preferred position. Now this season he's scored a hell of a lot of goals for Tottenham, for Fulham, been easily their best player, and been absolutely, yeah, Fulham have needed him this season, otherwise they could have been in trouble, so they were lucky to have him. And the only other player I can see is being Juan Mata from Chelsea. He's played very well again, but I can't see him being on the level of Dempsey, because he really has carried Fulham as a team, if you like. Now, I've put Bar at CF, and you could have played 4-4-2 with two up front, but I put Bar at CF because this is a really, really difficult decision. Now, I put Demba Ba in, given his performance up until the African Cup of Nations. It was scoring tons of goals for Newcastle, and the whole team for Newcastle was playing really, really well. Unfortunately, since he's come back from the African Cup of Nations, he's not been as great as he was, and there's been another player for Newcastle that has been shining, which is Papi Cisse. He's also a contender for Team of the Year, scored lots of goals once again, as Demba Ba. The only other players that have sort of, if you like, people would ask about would be to go for maybe Rooney. Now, he scored 22 goals this season, but 11 of those are from the penalty spot. So for me, that isn't as good as Demba Ba and Papi Cisse, as they've both been really, really good players, if I'm perfectly honest with you. Other players up front, I can't really think of anybody else that it could be. If I'm perfectly honest, I can only see it being those 4 players that I said. I mean, that's quite a lot of players to sort of nominate 4 players for Team of the Year. Apart from Sergio Aguero, he's like as on a better level than Cisse and Memba, in my opinion, and probably could be in it as well. He's been consistent all season and really good, so I'd put Aguero down in there as well. I forgot about him, if I'm perfectly honest. So that's my predictions for the... Oh, I forgot about the big man up front, didn't I? Robin van Persie seemingly carried Spurs at the first half of the season when they were not doing too well. He picked them up, and now the whole team's playing a lot better. Robin van Persie and Song have been absolutely outstanding for Arsenal, as well as the goalkeeper Szczesny in the second half of the season. But Van Persie's scored lots of goals, starting to slow down goals now, but most Premier League goals in a season is a pretty good pretty good record to hold, so congratulations to him, and that's why he deserves to be in my Team of the Year. So if you enjoyed it, guys, and found it good, please leave a like on this video, and if you've got any other suggestions, leave them down in the comment section below, because, you know, I might forget players. I'm not like a footballing god, so I'm not like clued up on football amazingly. I watch it week in, week out, but, you know, that's my prediction. So thanks for watching, guys, once again, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Bye bye.